Alright, hello, my name is Nobody. We're going to be casting a 7-way free-for-all on Salt Marsh. This is going to be the new Salt Marsh, the expansion Salt Marsh. As you notice, it's a lot more symmetrical. And, a lot more symmetrical, and has this little lake in the middle. Anyway, let's introduce our players, God damn my mods. Oh, it's going to be too much. Let's introduce the players going clockwise. So starting in the top, it's going to be Zox. He's going to be playing as the Magyars. We're going to have Legendary 1 playing as the Saracens. Gazna playing as the Malians. TUS playing as the Vikings. Vape Nation playing as the Mongols. Tolstoy the Ages playing as the Teutons. And Der Esser playing as Japanese. So just talking about the skill level of the players, Der Esser is 2k1 on HD. I'm not exactly sure how reliable each of these ratings are, but he's going to be the top rated player. TUS is 1900 level on HD, and the rest are around 16 to 1700 level on HD. And then talking about the civs, the Japanese, a pretty decent civ, Elite Samurai, going to be quite good. Japanese also do get bloodlines in expansions, so they're gonna have some pretty good, good cavalry. No. But other than that, their siege is not gonna be too intimidating. It's just the samurai you gotta watch out for, I think. Magyars, they're gonna have some really strong cavalry. They're gonna have some good cavalry archers as well. But again, the siege not gonna be as good. Maybe if we see it and gold runs out, maybe we see the Magyar hussars. But paladins and heavy cavalry archers is going to be a tough combo to stop. Saracens, their best unit is of course going to be the Mameluke. It's going to be really good against cavalry civs, such as the Magyars. And they also have some pretty good siege with Siege Ram and Siege Onager, so definitely a late game civ. They don't have really that much going for them early game. So he'll hope to survive a little early. Gazna is playing as the Malians. They get their Pierce Armor bonus versus... They get their Pierce Armor bonus on their infantry, which makes their champions essentially like Huskarls. And their pikemen pretty resilient as well. So the champion line going to be pretty good for them. How do you counter the Malians? Some heavy cavalry might do, or some strong melee units of themselves, such as the Samurai of Der Esser. So I think the Japanese would be a good counter civ to the Malians. Malians, they have some okay siege. They do get Siege Onager and Siege Ram, I think. So actually a little bit better than okay, but no bonuses, and their cavalry's pretty legitimate too. Not to mention their economy, they save a lot of wood on buildings. TUS is playing as the Vikings, because normally Vikings are probably going to be a laughingstock on a land map. Oh, TUS, he might lose his, no, he's not going to lose it. Looked like he was going to lose his villager. Usually the Vikings would be the laughingstock of all the land civilizations, at least in a late game situation. However, with Chivalry applying to all of their infantry, they're actually going to be a pretty good counter against... Ooh, that was close. They're going to be a pretty good counter against cavalry civs, such as the Magyars, and possibly against the Mamelukes of the Saracens. Vape Nation is playing as the Mongols. We all know and love the Mongols. They're a little bit different in African kingdoms. Can't remember exactly. No, I think only in 4.8 they received their nerfs. So the Mongols, I think, are going to be the strongest civ here. Their Mangadai are still super strong. They don't get a bonus versus all siege. They only get a bonus versus rams, but they're still going to be super strong with their fire rate. And the Mongols have great siege as well. So I think they're the best civ here. Tolstoy of the Agents, he's going to have a good economy with his cheaper farms, and he's going to have paladins and Teutonic Knights. And that's the civ matchup. Which civ do I think is the strongest? Of course, I think it's going to be the Mongols. Saracens may be coming in as a close second, although I think the Mongols will trump the Saracens. So civ advantage, I'd go to Vape Nation. Skill advantage, I'd go to Der Esser. And actually, Chivalry only applies to Berserks in the 4.7. I'm getting 4.7 and 4.8 mixed up a little bit. So players are just going through their early builds. We'll see if there's any aggression. This version of Saltmarsh does appear to be quite open, and it's impossible to wall these shallows. So that could point to some aggression. Sometimes it's not so good to go for aggression on free-for-all, but we'll see what the players decide to do. And I think players should focus down duress or perhaps a little bit early. Yeah, it looks like a lag spike. Duresser's trying to get everyone on his team. I think the lag here is actually going to be Gazna. I've seen his ping spiking quite a bit. Quite a lot of food on Yucatan. 2 boars, turkeys. Actually, it looks like the same amount of food. There's just extra berries, apparently. And a few fish in the middle. I'm not sure if you... I think you can actually dock the middle. So we'll have to see. Zox has actually gone for a mill on 2 deer, it looks like? 3 deer. It's kind of debatable whether that's worth it. And it looks like he's going to go for Fast Castle with a little bit on gold. Dresser's going with the second mill on deer as well. He's got 4 deer in this location, luckily. It looks like a Fast Castle build from him as well. I apologize for the terrible gold and stone graphics, by the way. One thing that's interesting on this map, though, is that that Legendary 1 and Gazna, they're both connected on the same island. I wonder if that plays a role. They're actually the same distance away from each other as, say, Orange and Red. But I wonder if there's a psychological factor. Maybe they're probably sharing more resources as well. There's some golds in the middle. So we'll see if green and orange and purple and yellow fight each other a little early on. Nope, here comes Yellow Scout's going to get close to the town center, but no harm, no foul. Toll Story, the age is only going to gold now. Looks like he's going to be a little bit delayed from the other players. And this is nice from T-West. He's only had to invest in 1 mill instead of 2. It just so happens that his deer were in a good position. And it looks like he's luring in some of the deer as well. Although his scout is quite low, I wonder why it's so low. Vape Nation and T-West are going to be the first up. Here's T-West's market. Looks like he's still saving up. Here's the blacksmith. And Vape Nation, he's got his mark in the blacksmith up as well. Mongol's not going to have any hard time at all trying to get up to the next stage, I feel. Oh, and an early barracks from Zox. Could indicate some aggression. And he's starting a nice little house wall. Could wall in through here as well. He missed 2 of his turkeys, unfortunately, though. Any other player going up with the barracks? Oh, that's risky from Legendary 1. It looks like Legendary 1's going to be a newer player. So he's going to have a little bit of a learning curve. He did lure his boar, though. Not without the expense of a villager, though. He's even luring the second one in. Oh! Oh! And it looks like the boar's gonna get a kill. Yeah, there it goes. No signs of aggression from Gazna. He's going with Market Blacksmith. Market Blacksmith T West. Market Blacksmith Vape Nation. And Market Blacksmith Tolstoy of Ages. Same thing with Duresser, so the only player going stable Blacksmith is going to be Zox. And he's got a scout in Duresser's base. I think he might try to put some pressure on him. I think this is a good decision, considering Duresser is at a skill advantage. And let's take a look at Zox scouting, see, hopefully we predict what he's going to do. Most likely going to go to Blue's base. It's the only base he scouted. If he decides to go with some knights. Magyars, they do get really good knights. They do get +2 attack as soon as they hit Castle Age. Oh, this is going to be a nice pickup if, oh my... Tolstoy deletes his own village, that's funny. You could take off some HP if you attack the scout, though. And Duresser's going to take out the scouts. Japanese Spearman going to be a pretty good defense if he does see knights. And Duresser's going to be the first of Castle Age. He's actually got it with an archer range. I missed it. We'll see if he goes into archers. He's going archery, monastery, and probably a new town center. No, a house. But I don't see any archers from him, so I wonder why he did choose to go for an archery range. It of course costs more wood to build the barracks in the archery range than it would for a market. Gazna has reached the next age. What is he doing? And Tolstoy's at the next age as well. Where's Tolstoy? Tolstoy's in purple, playing as the Tudens. And he's going to pick off the scout of Vape Nation. Vape Nation's not going to be happy about that. Tolstoy's going to go with a monastery. Hopefully collect some of the relics. I think there's 5 relics on Saltmarsh. 1, 2... You can only see 2 at the moment. 3. Only see 3. The rest are probably buried within the bases. But not too much action thus far. A few archers from Duresser, they actually have fleshing on them. Duresser's going to get the first relic of the game, which will definitely help you in 200 pop games. Which I think, yeah, 200 pop. And Duresser's onto a second town center. And he's taking the score lead. Tolstoy? Tolstoy's staying in 1 town center. He did make the barracks, but he didn't do anything with the barracks, so it's a little bit of a waste of wood, I think. And Vape Nation's going up to a second town center mining stone pretty heavily. TOST's up to 2 town centers as well. And Ghazna's building a university